What's up, people? Today is Sunday mid-afternoon, and I started this video project here yesterday morning, Saturday, and I'm not done. I didn't even put anything on video yet. What I was doing all this time was getting some data points from various antennas and triplexers and quadplexers and stuff like that to make a video. And usually when I make a video, it's off the cuff. I get it done within half a day. The other half would be editing, and it's on the web by that night or the next day, depending on the subject. But in this case here, it looks like I opened up a big old can of worms. It was too many open-ended questions, and I needed to plug those holes with some hard data and some hard proof. You know, I just don't want to blurt out shit that I read somewhere. I want to find out for myself, because personally I was curious. So yeah, I had to break out the service monitor there, all sorts of cables and all sorts of configuration to get some hard data. And here it is. This is just one piece of it here. So basically, I think I'm rambling about nothing here, but basically on the service vehicle there, I have 3 radios going into one antenna. And this is the original antenna here that I'm using. And this is the triplexer that I'm using to add those 3 radios into one antenna. So this here costs $500, which I didn't pay for. I sort of acquired this device somehow, don't remember. And this, I had somebody else pay for it for my vehicle, and this costs $100 roughly on average. And I've been saying that I like to take something that is field proven in a way, and sort of have a civilian prepper, regular person in his garage budget to have almost the same thing, if not better or similar. And I came up with this. This here is a quadplexer. I could add 4 radios into this one antenna on that vehicle there. And between the 2 devices, I have $300. So we're talking about half the price of this stuff here, which is kick-ass pretty much in my book. And also, this is not regulated to a vehicle. I could also have this as my home comm center over here and have the same thing. And I'm actually going to play with all those scenarios, because this I brought with my own money, including the antenna, for sort of like, you know, a test project for me to prove my concept. And then if it's successful, and as a spoiler alert, it is successful, I could expand that within my home here with a disc cone antenna on top of the hill that I have. I need to have something like this in my work location, where I can't put or stick like 5 antennas on top of the roof of the private business there. It's not a government place. It's more like a industrial complex, and there's nothing on top. So to sort of have my cake and eat it too, this will be a perfect solution for me to put just one antenna, a disc cone antenna, on top of that facility, and have the ability to transmit on 4 different radios and receive on 4 different radios using the same infrastructure. And I think this is going to be a 2 to 3 video long series. I don't know. I'm just going to go with the flow here. This is the introduction of it right here. Don't know how this is going to last, but one thing for certain, I'm going to cover all my bases here and share it with you guys, so you guys could share in the same ups and downs that I am experiencing doing this stuff out here. And that's what it's all about. Like I said, nothing here was donated. This stuff I brought with my own money. $300 right here. This is $600 acquired somehow, and I got the agency to pay for that for my vehicle there, and that worked superbly. Another thing, this is one of the most asked questions I get on my channel, either messaging or something like that on, is how to do what I'm doing now, or how can people put multiple antennas in their property when they're limited with space, or HOAs, housing rules or something like that, or things to that nature. And especially on the vehicle, how can I stick more radios into the vehicle without interfering with each other, or can I do it? This is a solution right here, one of many, but this is the one that I like the most. But and we're going to play with all theory a lot, and we're definitely going to put this into practice and actually install it and show you the ins and outs and the pitfalls. I deal mainly in the bad side of the house, the pitfalls of things, what to look out for, what's going to bite you in the ass when you need it the most. That's my thing right there. I don't like to sugarcoat thing and say how wonderful this thing is, covered in glitter and rainbow, colors. It's not my style. That's not how I roll. Also, there was this one video that I've seen a long time ago, about a couple of years I think, or a year old, and it's James Yeager, the firearm trainer guru on YouTube. I like his channel. What can I say? But he had a channel about building a bug out trailer with a sort of like a comm center built into it. And he only made 2 videos about it, covering other subjects as well. But he was specifically looking for a comms guy to kind of point him in the right direction, or to go down there to Tennessee and help him build it, and this and that, the other. I don't have the time or the money to go ahead and do something like that. I would love to do it, but I just can't pull that off. Not at this time in my life. But this, hopefully, maybe we'll get to him somehow, and it could show him in the right direction as to what to look out for and how to build something efficient and sort of low profile in a way that he could deal with out there for all his needs, his comm needs in his little trailer there. In the beginning, the first video, going into the second, might be really heavy on the theory with freaking charts and numbers and test equipment and shit like that. But eventually I get into the hands-on practicality and actually show you how all this thing put together could either hinder you or help you. There's always a compromise in electronics. If you want capabilities, sometimes you have to compromise in a little bit here and there to get things going. That's just the way it is. But let's see if we can have a fine balance there, that you can have your cake and eat it too, just like I'm sort of trying out right here. So what I'm going to do now is actually run with this for a couple of weeks along with this here, my service vehicle there, and see how that compares with that there, and we'll see what happens. Another thing too, since this is an introduction, actually I wanted this to be the actual video showing you all this stuff, but like I said, I opened up a big old can of worms and they don't want to go back in. So I'm going to do it proper. It's going to be a lot of charts, a lot of screenshots. It's going to be in depth, and personally I haven't been this excited about comms project for a long time. Since I work in the field, you get burnout. These days all I want to do is rub 2 sticks together and see if I make smoke. But this time around with this particular project, I am motivated about it. I believe in it, and I think this could help a whole lot of mess of people out there, plus agencies and groups and government agencies maybe, and stuff like that, to kind of see what they could do with less in an efficient manner on a budget, which is high there on my priority. So let's see what happens. So this is going to take on some other phases too, not only in the vehicle configuration there on top of your vehicle, interfacing 3 or 4 radios into one antenna like I did with the speakers output, adding in 3 or 4 speakers into one speaker, but also in a home comm center sort of configuration as well. And I think I'm going to order some more parts to prove a point on that aspect too. with one line here going up to the hill. With this one line going up to the hill feeding a disc cone antenna, you could possibly have 4 or 5 radios hooked up to that radio and receive simultaneously, instead of using one scanner that scans one channel at a time. You could monitor like 4 or 5 other radios on one antenna with that device there. It could be more, but then we're getting into, you know, operational needs, and they vary from group to group. But that's the story, and I think this project is going to be kick-ass. I'm jazzed about it. I can't wait to get into it, but I have to make a living and also have some family time too, so that's going to take the priority. But I don't know how long this is going to take, but this is what's going on. And if you guys have any questions, since now you have sort of like the intro of what I'm pulling off here, if you have some specific things you want to look at within this project here, something that you want me to cover or something to that effect, please leave a note down in the description, and I can see if I could, you know, incorporate that into the videos. A lot of good ideas that I get comes from the viewers there with their comments, and I do read them all, even though I may not respond to a lot of them these days. A lot of good ideas, some gear that I haven't even heard about that they mention. I look it up and I'm like, whoa, I should have done this instead of that. But that's what's great about YouTube. We all share and exchange ideas to make, you know, a common cause be good for all. All right, with that, I'll end the video here, and stand by to stand by.